Alright, this is the tank lining kit I got. They're actually from the tractor guys at remember that tractor scrapyard we did a video of there? I got one from over there when I was getting that input shaft for this 2 ends. So, what is it? Seals, leaks, and stops rust. Woo! Will never crack, peel off. No expensive comebacks. Seals old rust and prevents future rusting. So basically the outside of the tank will rust away to nothing. You'll still have an inside piece of tank. Maybe. Seals all the pinholes, including the ones you can't find. I haven't even opened it yet here. I want to have a look at it and see what the procedure is. Oh, it's on the side here actually. But step 1, step 2, step 3. It's got a clean prep and then the liner stuff in there. So there's fuel tank cleaner. Ready to use degreaser cleaner. Fuel tank prep, low Voc acetone. That's all it is, really. And then the creme de la creme, I guess. Well, let's see. What do we got here for instructions? Fuel tank cleaner. That's the urine colored stuff here. Cleaning and defuming the tank. Pour a quart of tank cleaner. Pour the quart. One whole thing, okay. Into the oh boy, tank. My goodness. Let's start out again. Must have too many fumes in here right now. Cleaning and defuming the tank. Pour. So I've sort of already defumed it, but anyways, pour the quart of tank cleaner into the empty tank. Slosh. Cover all surfaces. Allow it to soak for 15 minutes. Drain and rinse with water several times. Be sure no detergent residue remains. So I'm gonna need water. Which I don't have out here. I don't have it at the other garage. I only have it at the house right now. So, anyways, I could bring a jug of water down here, I guess. I have some jugs I can bring down. Anyways, remember a few extra minutes of cleaning will let the chemical work, so be patient. Please be patient for best results. Do not get on skin or clothing. That's good stuff then. Be sure to wear gloves and protective eye goggles. Allow tank to dry thoroughly on the inside before proceeding. Oh, so this is going to be like a multi-day thing. So, okay, I don't understand this because now, okay, let's run through this here. We're going to run this stuff in it. It's the cleaner. Slosh, 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 let it sit around, slosh, slosh, slosh for, you know, what did it say? 15 minutes. Allow it to soak for 15 minutes. Drain and rinse with water several times. Okay, so now we've put water into the tank, to a bare metal tank, and they want it to dry. Let it dry. Well, that's going to take a day to dry. By that time, it's going to be rusty. Sorry to say. Anyways, so that's that one. Now we got fuel tank prep. Pour half of the quart of tank prep into this tank. Slosh it around thoroughly and pour into a pail. Pour the remainder of tank prep into the tank and repeat. Once you've done this and your tank is dry, ready for the fuel tank liner. So again, we're going to put this stuff in, half of it, slosh it around. It doesn't say to leave it in. For the remaining, this is just acetone basically, so it dissolves the other crap probably and any maybe residual stuff that's in there. Once you've done this, your tank is dry. Once you, well, that doesn't make sense. Pour the remainder of the tank prep into the tank and repeat. So slosh it and repeat. So that thing's empty now. It's in the tank. We've sloshed it around. Once you have done this, your tank is dry. This stuff, I guess, does kind of, you know, evaporate quick. Acetone does. It smells real bad, though. Okay, so yeah, you're ready for the tank liner. Okay, lining the tank. So that's this one now. Sounds kind of goopy and thick. That's good. Pour the desired amount of northern fuel tank liner into the tank and roll the tank around to cover the area you wish to seal. Pour excess fuel tank liner back into the can. Let tank stand upside down so excess fuel tank liner drains out thoroughly and dries. Which is probably going to have to be at the bottom little cap thing because it's kind of meant to do that, right, with the shape of the tank. Do not let the excess fuel tank liner pool in the tank. Remember that the better job done coating the tank with fuel tank liner Remember, the better job done coating the tank with fuel tank liner, the better the finished product. That doesn't make sense. Let's try that again here. Do not let the excess fuel tank liner pool in the tank. And it says, remember, the better job done coating the tank, so the better job you do with the fuel liner, the better the finished product will be. Well, that makes sense too. It does make sense. Yeah, okay. I read it too fast, I guess. So, that's an interesting can of stuff. How do you open that one? Airlock, arm lock. Holy mother. Oh, still got a regular thing on this. I don't know what that's for, but... Alright, well, we're a long way off of that. Right now, we got to start with... Pour that one in. That one, let's just refresh our memories. See, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this all today, though. That's going to be the problem. It's going to have to dry after I rinse it out with water. And I could heat it up with the propane torch, I guess. Or I could hang it in front of my furnace up there, maybe, if I could get up there and hang it down off of that. And it'll blow lots of nice hot air onto that. I don't know. That'll dry it up. But well, with the baffles in this too, it makes it a little more difficult because normally I'd put some shop towels in there and just kind of with the air in there too, and it'll soak it all up and get that all out. But not with these baffles in here. That's going to be the problem. Kind of wonder if I shouldn't seal it up. I don't know. Should just fill it full of something and see if it leaks. Maybe it's fine. But that was not, I don't think this tank was the result of rot. It was a result of getting hit on the front. It was been definitely hit on the front of that tractor one time. And if you hit that hood and shoves this thing, it'll split that open, take it out of place, right? So that's I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So, what to do? I don't really have water per se down here. I mean, I can get maybe if I use hot water, that might go faster, dry faster. Okay, well, I guess what we'll do is I'll prep it here. I'll prep it here maybe, and then with this stuff, and then the acetone stuff, let her dry, and then I'll, I don't know, I'll have to do this, the other stuff here, because that means it's going to have to sit overnight. I have to leave the heat on in here overnight. I don't really want to do that, although I probably can. It looks like I got lots of propane there. It'd probably be fine, but it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow anyways here, so maybe, well, maybe we'll do it here and see what we can do. So, okay, so we gotta, I guess, first pour the quart of tank cleaner into an empty tank. Slosh cover all surfaces, allow to soak for 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to maybe run down, grab my cap too, and put in like a piece of plastic or something, and then tighten the cap down. Maybe that'll keep it from wanting to come out here. It's going to come out that little weep hole. It's going to come out there regardless in the top little dome there, I know. But anyways, we'll have to figure something out here. I don't think if I tape that, I don't think that's going to hold back the goo, because I like to kind of get it all sloshed around, right? So I'll have to figure something out. Okay, so I got the cap. And I just brought up some plastic. I'm going to try to, well, this has got a hole in here for kids to breathe through. I don't know if that's going to hold back or not, but maybe I'll try doubling it up. But anyways, let's, I guess we'll do it here. Everything else should be sealed up now. It should be all good. I've got the little wheat hole here, hopefully taped up. I doubt it's going to hold, but let's put in, this is like a soapy kind of stuff. The fuel tank cleaner. Ooh, it smells like Mr. Clean. Actually, yeah. That's interesting. If you guys know what Mr. Clean is, look up Mr. Clean. He's basically this color and smells like that. And I got the bottom plugged up. That's Mr. Clean. That's all that is. That's why they want you to rinse it out with water after, probably. Well, we'll put her in. And old boy here, he's going to have to do some some wrestling, I guess, with the tank here, and hopefully this will seal itself up good enough here. Where did I put the cap? Cap and that guy. Highly doubt that that's going to work, but let's just see here. Okay, I got to do some wrestling and get it all sloshed around. Oh my goodness, I think it might be working. Wow, it's actually holding it. Now this one said allow to soak for 15 minutes, drain and rinse with water several times. So, oh no, it is leaking a bit. Where did that leak from though? That's interesting. I don't think it leaked from the cap. No, it might have. Oh yeah, it's leaking. It's leaking from the cap. It definitely smells just like Mr. Clean though, that's interesting. Okay, I'll let that soak a few minutes and I'll go get some water. Maybe some hot water. We'll rinse her out. Okay, that's had to have been 50 minutes. I sloshed around a bunch and I went and got some hot water. Took my garbage out. And let's see if it actually did anything. It's more like the bottom part of the tank you gotta kind of worry about, right? Where it's constantly getting water and crap and stuff, and it's a different color. That's kind of amazing. Yeah, it's definitely a different color. We'll let that settle down a minute there. We'll check her. Got some dirt out though. Okay, so step 2 now. We left her for long enough. Just be patient. Trying to get this kid to be sure. Okay, step 2. Hang on a sec here. Step 2. Drain and rinse with water several times to be sure no detergent remains. Okay, so that is the water part. Oh! Some hot water. I'm sure I can probably just take this right outside afterwards. I just thought hot water, maybe it would dry out faster. Okay, that's one rinse. I'm going to take that out and dump her out. Alright, first one's good. I probably got enough here for 3 rinses. It probably wouldn't hurt. Listen to this, ready? Oh, I don't know if you can hear it. The first one was like, phew. I'm like, holy cow. That was kind of cool. Okay, go dump this one out. Okay, I probably got enough for the last one. I might just dump her all in and give her a good rinsing. I kind of wish I would have primed this first. On the outside with primer. But I had to do all that brazing, so I'm like, oh well. Now I gotta let this dry after this cycle. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that yet. I had visions of actually sticking the shop vac and sucking it to the bottom outlet and just let it suck air through. Maybe that would dry it up, but I don't know if I want to do that way or not. Ah, man. Oh well. We'll clean her up and clean her up again. Alright. A little more in here now. Oh, that's got to have her by now. Alright, dump that out and we'll see if we can get this dried out. Okay, here's my thought. Put that on there, let her dry air through. It'll eventually suck all the moisture and, you know, quite a bit of air blowing out there. Quite a vacuum on the gas cap area. But now I just gotta get that to stay there somehow. Now I'll have to rig up something. Maybe get the duct tape out. I got a little bit of excess moisture in there. Got a towel down there, just kind of swooshing. I got the tank kind of on a front corner tilt, and I have no idea yet how I'm going to get that out of there. Might be able to just grab them. Pull too hard. I'm still getting dirt out there. There's quite a bit of dirt still in there. That's interesting. Ew, I don't know if I like that too much. Well, that's got her dry-ish though, but I think what I'm going to do is still hook up this vacuum. Somehow I could try to do it there too, but it's too much vacuum I think then. So, okay, give me a sec. I'll see what I can rig up here. There we go, redneck. Woo! I'm going to leave that vacuum in there for a while anyways. It's kind of an annoying noise, so I'm going to leave it maybe for half an hour or so. We'll come check it. 21 after 1 right now on Saturday. I'll leave it till maybe I'll leave it till 2 o'clock. Well, she's been sucking for about an hour. Look at that, it even self-releases itself. Isn't that awesome? She's been going for about an hour. We're 2:19 now, so a couple more minutes would have been an hour. So that's good. I don't think we're going to get her any more better than that there, bud. So I don't want to go with that. Alright, so I got the plug here. I just got to put a bit more Teflon on that and then put that guy back in for our next step. Acetone. Well, it's a little bit foamy on the top still, but there's that stuff anyways. That was the cleaner stuff. And it's definitely not the urine color anymore, so it's got some of the junk out of there. That's kind of amazing. I should have probably put some washers in there or something. I didn't know how the baffles were set up. I presume they're off the bottom of the tank, and some washers probably would have sloshed around there good and broke up more, but well, we'll have to go with that. Okay, so this is the dangerous one, the acetone, low VOC acetone. That's good because that stuff stinks. And this one, so we got our tank clean and dry. Should be dry. I'll double check it. So step 2 is pour half of the quart of tank prep into the tank, slosh around thoroughly, and pour into a pail. I guess they don't want it in there. They want you to flush it out twice with this. This gets rid of all any grease or anything or oily stuff that might be still in there. Pour the remainder tank prep into the tank and repeat. Once you've done this and your tank is dry, you're ready for the liner. Okay, so hopefully we can at least get to that step today. Let's just check her. And it looks pretty good. don't know whether I can get yous in there, but let's have a look here. It's gonna be hard to show you, but yeah, it's not terrible bad looking. I think we'll be all right with that. Well, let's get the acetone to her. Okay, no smoking. No smoking. So the plug's in the bottom. This is probably going to release from the acetone here. And we'll get half of this in here. Ooh, there's even a secondary little protective cap thing that I have no clue how to get out of there without some kind of prying device. Prying device. Where's my prying devices? This might work. Holy jumping. Noob. Really? I'm wrecking the freaking thing to get into it? What? Oh, I've never seen a harder thing to get into. It's a good thing we got to use all that. Ooh boy, that's good stuff. Okay, so this stuff will evaporate fairly quickish. So let's get the cap back on. And I don't know if I put enough in, but listen to it. She's gonna blow. I wonder why it's doing that. Ooh, that had a lot of pressure. Well, at least I know it's not leaking out somewhere it shouldn't be. Doing it again. Okay, that's kind of scary. That's a lot of vapor. That's how fast that stuff evaporates, I suppose. Okay, let's just make sure you guys are in the shot. Pretty close there. Alright, that's the first one out. Well, still a little bit of crud come out of there. That's kind of amazing that that's got that much evaporicity to it. So I'll put the rest of her in. And I'll let this stuff evaporate. It will go pretty quick here. And as we see, that's why that was sealed up so incredibly nice. And we had just like brake cleaner, just dissolves. Well, I don't think I can really do much more than that. Maybe I'll give her some more sloshing, but that's about all I'm going to be able to do. Didn't build up pressure that time though. Must have been sealed better last time here. Let's see if we can get some pressure going here. This stuff's cold too though. It cools the tank right down. Yeah, I'm not getting anything now. No, no pressure. No pressure. So we'll dump this in here too, I guess. All right. That'll do it. And there's some real good weed killer right there. All right. Whew, gotta let that air out. The eyes are a little stingy, but not too bad. All right, I think we're ready to do this. Get the liner in there now and create a inner tube, I guess we'll call it. I gotta get this off of here though. And I don't have my actual paint can opener, but for a lot of years everybody's just used a regular screwdriver and they seem to work. Sometimes it damages the rim a bit, but didn't say anything about mixing the stuff up, so. Ooh, look at the pretty color of it. Ooh, very blue. We got a couple smacks of tone in there too. Woo, that's good stuff. Holy shnikes. Woo! Anyways, see how well my pouring is here. It says to put the whole thing in. Oop, I think I slopped. I slopped a little bit. That cleared up. Good. And we'll just put the lid temporarily back on that. Just gonna grab a little towel here to clean up the can a little bit. This stuff probably sets up fairly quick, but it says it takes 24 hours before you can coat it again. Alright, done that out of the way. This is the part that's gonna suck because it is kind of thick. Try to get all the angles as best as I can. I don't think this tank will leak now anyways because of the brazing we did to it. I wish I had one of those spinner thingies. My stepdad built one actually. He used an old motor and geared it way down with some kind of gearbox thing and did that with it. So I'm going to have to set it up somehow here where I can drain it back out of here out of the little plug thing. Going to take a while, and I don't want it to pool, but with all these baffles in here, I don't know how it's not going to. Well, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I don't know what I really need to worry too much about the real top part here, because like I say, there's not really any gas sitting up in that area, right? So presume it's getting all around where it should. Oh wow, a little bit of pressure there too. I thought it might have been just a little bit thinner than it was. Okay, I just want to look in there. Looks like it's kept it from coming out anyhow. Well, let's coated it. It's coated it really well actually, so I'm going to get it I'm going to give her a bit more here anyways. And I'm going to get something set up to hold it up. And hopefully it'll come out of that tank. Alright, what am I going to set up though? I don't know. Something that's going to be high enough I can get the can back underneath and let it drain out for a while. Okay, let me get something set up here. We'll start draining her. Okay, I got a couple of boxes here. And we'll pull this out of here. I really didn't want to drain it out here, but I guess I can chase that open again there. Let's see here. Yeah, she seems to be working. Out she goes. All right, let's have a look. She's dribbling back in. Well, that's good. That's kind of the lowest point, I believe, there, and I shouldn't get any puddling. Should all find its way down there, I would hope. Maybe I should have it propped a little bit higher up on that corner, but I think we'll get her mostly drained out there. Well, it looks like it's working pretty good. Gonna take a wee while though, but it's all draining out. It hasn't stopped streaming yet, so that's good. Hasn't started the dribble yet, so that's good. It's working good. Pretty good stuff. And this kit I got from, like I say, the tractor guys over there. They think they got it in from Steiner Tractor. He gets a lot of stuff from Steiner there, believe it or not. I don't know how he got it and why they wouldn't ship it to me, but I believe that's where he said he got them from anyway. So it was a little bit of a work, but I think it'll be all right. It'd be nice to get her all painted, and I think I'm going to just do it black. I've got some trim clad black, and I got some self-etching primer to paint it with first, but next time you probably see her, it'll be all painted up, ready to go. But I'll let this sit and dry for probably, I don't know. We'll see how much is left in here when this is undribbling, and we'll see if we got enough to even bother doing another coat. I don't know. I don't know how much is gonna come back in. It's hard to say. Can't really tell. But we'll see. We'll see how much we got left. I don't think there's going to be enough to really bother doing another coat. So I think I'll just do the one. I don't think it's going to leak now. Anyways, it seemed to be pretty airtight there. So we'll no bubbles anyway. So it's good. All right, there we go. Well, it's sitting here for, oh boy, 15-20 minutes. It's still dribbling, like streaming. That's good. I think there's almost half a can come back in. I'm kind of surprised that much actually come back out. But I guess it's doing what it's supposed to, so I have to let her sit. But you can still see it's got a bit of a stream going there. It's taken so long, though, that I'm kind of worried about the stuff drying out too much, like, you know, curing in the can here, because it's still open, right? But that's how you got to get her out. So hopefully we got enough for one coat, because I think that's probably all I'm going to do for it. But anyways, a new tank, Steiner Tractor I think it was, and fixed that Ford. It was about the same price, about $175 US. I'm like, I can probably fix her for cheaper than that. A little bit of brazing, a little bit of cleaning and sealing, and some paint. And we got about 300 bucks into it. No, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't be that much. It won't be that bad. But anyways, I guess I'll just let her sit there and keep drooling. But it's still kind of too hard to show you. But we've got probably about half a can back. Yeah, it's somewhere in about there. So I'm kind of surprised. But I'll let her sit, I guess, and let her drain back in. Well, that's how fast she does harden. This stuff already is dry and curing on the lid there, so she's pretty quick. I wonder, yeah, it's already got like a coating layer, rubber coating thing. Already, look at that. That is pretty cool. She's already hardening up. Well, there you go. That's why I'm kind of concerned that leaving the can open like that, it's probably going to end up going goopy in that can. But I guess we got a fairly good coat here. Where'd my light go? Let's see if I can get you a shot on the inside here. And I imagine it's probably already starting to harden up inside there. Yeah, I can't get in good enough with this light. Darn it, it's just not good. I can't get there. But anyways, she's hardening. And I'll just let her sit, I guess, and sit overnight and see how she is in the morning. Could probably take this off here now, before there's too much sticky goop on the crap, stupid sticky crap, and I'm gonna have to drill that little hole open again, I guess, after. But I guess that's about it for today. We could probably soon get working on this radiator. I gotta get a hose yet for the top. I have not secured myself a piece of rubber hose for the radiator yet. Come on, man. I'll just have to wipe it off again anyways, but yeah, I think she's good. We'll let her sit. I'll come check her in a couple hours. I seen it was kind of sort of pooling a little bit in this corner here, and I didn't really like that much. There's a little bit of pooling down there, but it might. She'll focus down there. Come on, you. No, it doesn't want to focus on that. There we go. There's a bit of pooling down there, but I think if I leave her long enough, it'll probably dry. I should try to get it angled a bit more, maybe. Well, I got her propped up a little more here, a little bit of everything to get her up a bit higher, even the cap. So she's draining out a little more now, which is good. And I got a little experiment happening here. I left a big blob of it on here. I want to see if this will actually like harden up. It might, I don't know. But that's essentially the pooling thing, right? So if you get some pooling in there, I want to see what happens, see if it's hardened up. I'm going to let this drain out though a little more, I guess. And I'd like to put a lid on that to keep it from kind of hardening in that can, but I think that's what the guy told me too. He's like, if you're going to use it, use the whole can up. Otherwise, it'll go bad. I'm like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense, but I don't know if I really want to bother with another layer on that. So we'll leave her there. Anyways, I can already see a skin on it. Kind of hard to see that, but we'll see what happens. See, I'll come out in an hour or two, and we'll see what happens here. But there is, well. We pretty much brought her right back out, so that's good. So it is coming back out. Well, that's a good thing. I was kind of thinking that the stuff's a bit too thick maybe, but it does seem to flow, so that is good. Maybe one more coat, but that would be like another 24 hours. I'd like to just leave this in overnight and be done with it, right? So I think that'll probably be lots fine. It looked to me, like I said, you know, like we got her plugged up anyways. With the soldering stuff we did today, the brazing. So, but all good. I think we'll call her at that for today, and I will catch you all later. And thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. A little bit of tank cleaning, prep, brazing, a little bit of everything today. No tractor running yet though, so but soon we'll get her going, and hope we have to get that clutch all set up on it. It's going to need that pedal all set up and stuff, and because it's all brand new and it's like really out of adjustment right now because I like backed it right off, so it'll probably not work at all right now. I'll have to adjust that rod a whole lot more. So, but anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day and take care of yourselves out there. That's pretty cool. Hehehe